Hi YouTube, it's Courtney. I'm checking in for my day 6 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I had my surgery on January 7th at Hudson Valley Hospital Center with Dr. Sommer from New York Bariatric Group. Today was my week 1 post-op visit. Everything went really well, so I'm just going to go over my stats and then I'll go into the visit and all the good things that have come about with that. My highest weight was 345, my surgery weight was 327, and my current weight is 317.6. That's a total loss of 27.4. Just so you guys know, I was only like 5 pounds from my highest at the start of my liquid diet, so instead of going over like how much lost during liquid and whatever, you can look back at my pre-op videos for that, but I'm just going to say total weight loss because I don't really care if it was surgery or not. I lost the weight. So today I was supposed to do 2 things and I only did 1. I was supposed to go back for my pre-op diet, pre-op, I'm still pre-op now, my post-op visit with my doctor, and then I was supposed to head down to the city to go to work. One of those things happened. The surgeon is it. I'll tell you why in a second. So I went and I saw Dr. Sommer and I weighed in, and their scale is pretty much on point. It's at 318 there, but my BMI is below 50 now, so that's the first well, I guess it's not an NSV, but it's a victory nonetheless. I started at 57, so I'm really happy with that. So I weighed myself, everything looked great. I noticed also that my fat-free mass is going down, so I think I might be losing a little bit of muscle, so we gotta work on that. When I saw him, he gave me a high five, which was awesome. It was really funny. And there was only one other person in the waiting room, or actually she had just seen him, and she was actually the same day as me, and she had a rough time, and I guess she had to stay an extra day, but I went in and I talked to him. It was pretty quick. He looked at my incisions. He was happy with everything. They look a lot better. There's only 1 bruise now, and I've gotten most of the glue off, so he was really happy with how they were looking, and he said I'm not even going to be able to notice my belly button one. He asked me how I was feeling. I told him about my heart rate issues. He wasn't concerned about the heart rate issues so much as he just wanted to make sure that I was taking it easy. He said that our bodies have a funny way of telling us when to slow the hell down. So he said that the stairs, as they were before, were an easy thing that I did every day, and now my body is using all the energy in other places to heal me, and he wants to make sure that, you know, I'm making sure that I'm letting my body heal itself and not overextending it. So he said that when I go up the stairs, it pumps my heart so high to warn me that I should be really careful about what I'm doing. He said if it was staying elevated over 140 for more than like an hour or 2 and it wasn't coming down, then he would be more concerned and he'd want to do more testing. But as it is right now, he just kind of wants me to take it as easy as I can and let my body heal a little bit longer. That unfortunately meant that he didn't want me to go back to work. He asked me when I was planning on going back to work, and I told him that I was planning on going back today after the appointment. I was going to drive to the city, and he's like, no. He kind of gave me this look like, So I asked him what he thought was best, and we hemmed and hawed, and I told him about like everything going on at work, and he recommended that I go back on Monday. So I'm going to try to get back on Friday just because I have a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and I just don't want to upset the apple cart any more than it already is at work. So, yeah. So yeah, I got a note saying that I couldn't drive. So, yeah. But I mean, I'm feeling good. He said I could go to the gym, just take it easy and pay attention to my heart rate. And that I could go crazy and he'd lift all restrictions in a month. He said that means that I can do weightlifting, water aerobics, whatever the hell I want. And he said that he thinks that once I lose around 50 pounds, I'll be able to do like treadmill and like heavy like walking or running if I wanted to. I might wait a little bit longer because my first knee injury was around 50 pounds ago. So I'm not 100% convinced with that, and I'd like to check with my surgeon because he's the one that did all the work. So I'm just going to double check with him before I go doing anything crazy. He told me that I can start my vitamins up, so I took my Flintstones and my Caltrate today. They're sitting fine. And then he also gave me clearance to do mushies, so I get to do mushies now. That's really good because I prepped food last night in hopes, because I told Tara if he didn't let me, I was going to rip his face off, which is exactly the word she used with me 3 weeks ago. So, I did a little meal prep last night. I used to do a lot of meal prep back in the day, and I got away from it. So if anybody wants, I know Finding Elizabeth has a hard time doing meal prep, so if she wants to hear how I do it, I mean, my way might not be the best way, but it's how I roll, so whatever, to each his own. What I did last night was, I had been jonesing for, when my nutritionist told me that I could have chicken meatballs for my mushy diet, I pretty much just zoned in on that. I don't know why, but that was exactly where I was going for my post-op diet. So I made 20 chicken meatballs. They're all 1 ounce meatballs, and I can freeze them, and Tara's will be eating them, and so it's not like that many meatballs. But what I did was I set up all my lunches for this week, and what I did was I took if you watched our Trader Joe's video, we got mozzarella balls, and they're very tiny mozzarella balls, and so I used like a tiny little container. It's actually right here because I ate it, and I filled it with 2 tablespoons of marinara sauce from Trader Joe's, and 1 of the meatballs, and 2 of the mozzarella balls, and just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And I just microwaved it for like 40 seconds, and the cheese melted, and everything kind of got together, and then I chopped up the meatball in tiny little bite-sized pieces. It took me like 40 minutes to eat, but I ate it all. It was about 2 ounces of food. So everything went well with that. Last night I had yogurt, and I actually almost went through a whole freaking container of Dan & Layton Fit. There was like maybe 1.5 ounces left, maybe a little bit more. When I gave it to Tara to finish, she was shocked, but I mean, I ate that literally like over an hour, and it was just like I dip like a spoon this size, tiny little spoon. It's one of those like teaspoon, like coffee stirring spoons. I dip it into the yogurt, and then whatever was on the back, I'd just lick it off. So it seemed to work for me. And then I had a baby bell earlier, and that went down really well. So my sleeve is not complaining yet, which I'm really happy about. I seem to have no problems with putting stuff in my sleeve. I did have blended cheesy enchilada progresso soup, and I didn't like it. I don't know what it was about it, but I wasn't really happy with it, so in the trash it went. Whatever. And so what I did with those meatballs, let's get back to that because I have ADD. I put them all in containers for 5 days, got them all ready to go, and that way I could just pop them in my lunch bag. I plan on making tuna fish too, and I'll put those in little Jello containers because I probably won't want that as like a full-on like lunch, but I might want it as a snack. And if I put them in 1 ounce containers, I can have them as a little like mid-afternoon ditty. I'm looking at different recipes that I'm going to try over the next few weeks. Like every week I'm going to try, like for the next few weeks, I'm going to try to integrate something new into it. I think Josh is making chicken tacos this week, so I'm just going to have the meat from that because it's a ground meat and I tolerated that well in the meatball, so I should be fine with the chicken tacos. And he doesn't make them spicy. And then I'm going to try some avocado tonight. Tonight the menu for me is 1 egg, and I'm going to do boar's head Black Forest ham, just a piece of that, and 1 slice of an avocado. That's my dinner for tonight, or at least that's the plan for the dinner. And then sometime between now and dinner, which is usually around 8, I'll probably have 2 ounces of turkey. So that brings me to a whopping 40 ounces of protein for the day, which will be awesome. I did feel restriction with the meatball, but I stopped, and once I stopped, everything felt fine. I didn't get sick, I didn't have any problems, I didn't have any cramping. Everything felt good with that. Same thing with the Baby Bell cheese. I could feel the restriction coming up, but it wasn't a lot of restriction. So I definitely do have a sleeve. I was a little worried after last night with the yogurt, but and with the fluids. I mean, I get down. I mean, I started drinking one of these at there's 12 ounces in here, and I started it when I got to the surgeon's office, and by the time I was home, it was empty. So, I mean, I was home by 11:30, I think, so like an hour and a half. So I can drink pretty quick. I can eat fairly easily. I'm taking it slow and steady, and that seems to be working out for me well. Like, every meal takes at least 40 minutes for me. Like, that's definitely, it's not like I'm slamming this stuff back or anything. It's definitely taking around 40 minutes for me to get things down. And it sounds absolutely bizarre, but it works for me as long as I go slow. And I had to reheat the chicken meatballs. Like, it wasn't, I definitely had to reheat them because they were cold by like halfway through. So otherwise, I'm feeling good. In terms of meal planning, though, I wanted to get back to that for a second. Oh. Sorry. It's just, I took a sip of that, and I had vitamins, and probably not a good idea. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. So, for meal planning, I've been using MyFitnessPal to, the night before, at the very least, plan out what I'm going to eat the next day, because I'm neurotic. So what I do is I end up planning everything out. Sometimes it changes. Sometimes I'm like, I don't really want that, so I'll change it. But it seemed to be working for me on my pre-op liquid diet, and I had been doing it prior to that, and that's probably, it just seems to be working for me. So I actually planned out through Wednesday this week. I'll probably plan the next 2 days now that I know how food's going. I was waiting to see how everything kind of settled. But, like, tomorrow I'm going to start with a Premier protein shake, and then a morning snack of turkey. Lunch, I'm going to do the tuna fish and the light mayo. And then an afternoon snack of an avocado. And then dinner, just one slice of an avocado. And then for dinner, we're going to have the chicken tacos. And then, what does that give me? And that's 64 grams of protein. So I may not get all of that in. I might not do the afternoon snack, or I might not do the morning snack. I'm not sure yet. It'll depend on how I'm feeling. But that's pretty much where I plan for more protein than I need, and that way if I don't get to all of it, I don't feel too bad. And then, so it seems to be working out pretty well for me. I'll let you know how it goes as I go forward. Really, for me, it's just a matter of, I decide on like Sunday what I'm gonna want to eat for the week, and then I kind of plan it out, and then I make everything, and then I set it all up so that it's all ready to go, and I can just grab it and throw it in my lunch bag. It seems to work out really well for me. I haven't had any issues with that. I haven't had any cravings. Josh just ate a Trader Joe's peanut butter cup in front of me, and I had no problems with it. I was just like, oh, it's a peanut butter cup. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I do want coffee. I might venture some coffee on Thursday. I'm cleared for it. I'm allowed to have it. I have some coconut creamer in there. I might have to bang out on that and some Splenda and some Trader Joe's coffee. I'm thinking that might have to happen. I'll let you guys know how that goes. It'll be a small serving. I'll only do the smallest setting on my Keurig for the first one, just to see how it sits with me. I did have the heartburn issue for the first few days, but I've been taking Nexium, and that seems to be kind of keeping it at bay, so whatever issues I was having with that are fine. Last night, I've been taking pain medication before I go to bed, because my incisions are still really sore, especially the one where I took the stomach out over on the side over here. I can show you guys to see, so you can see how it's going again. A little bit of a skin flick, but Not much. Oh, okay. So. So, see, everything's cleared up really nicely. But the sucker over here is, like, still really black. Like, this doesn't even do it justice. And then I still have my, I have my retarded bruise over here from the blood clotting. And then I can't really, like, you can't even see the incision that's in there, which he was really excited about. But I'm super, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm, like, super swollen all in here from all the incisions. So I can't wait for that to go down. Yeah, so they look a lot better than my last video, that's for sure. They were looking really rough. I finally got all the glue off that was annoying the shit out of me. Well, most of it fell off, but there was still glue like that dripped down my side from when I had the leak. And I don't know. I just kind of clawed at it for a little while. It was not cute. Sleeping is going okay. Uncomfortable sometimes, so I take the pain meds at night. And they seem to help. But last night they made, like, they're just nasty. Oh, the liquid. It's just so nasty. I'd rather just pop a Percocet, but I guess that's just not possible anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it just has this really gross taste to it, in my opinion. So I had to take a Zofran last night because it made me nauseous. But that's the only time I've been nauseous since I've really been home from the hospital. None of the food's been made me nauseous. I'm trying to think of if there was any trigger food for me recently. Oh, Paul and Carrie and everybody, we had like a night of Monopoly, and like around 9 o'clock, they all really wanted Chinese food. And I was like, fine, just order me egg drop soup. That's all good and whatever. And everybody was eating their Chinese food, and I swear to God, it tasted like the most disgusting stuff in the world. And this was from my favorite, like, including New York City and Brooklyn Chinese. It was my absolute favorite Chinese place, and I couldn't stomach any of it. All I could smell was the oil and the grease from what they fried it in, and the egg drop soup was, it was just way too thick, and it really made me nauseous. Like, I had to stop playing the game and crawl up in the couch and, like, cover my face with, like, a blanket. It was not good. And Paul got up and he opened the door and he's, like, wafting air in because it was so freaking gross for me. I don't know. Weird aversions like that. Or, like, Tara was making that canned chicken one night, and I told her all it smelled like was that she was, like, frying a can. I don't know. I'm having weird pregnant lady smell problems. That and the enchilada soup. That's really it so far. So if that's all I walk away with, I'll be happy. But I have a feeling I'm going to come up with a few more if I'm already having aversions to like 30% of the stuff that I've been, I don't know. Anyway, so this video is going long and I'm going to shut it off now. I hope everybody's having a good week. Keep Melissa Collins in your thoughts. I know she's been having a really rough time and I miss my buddy. So I hope she's doing okay and that Barry's taking good care of her and that hopefully she's home by now. She was still in the hospital yesterday and then she was having problems with her heart. So if I hear anything, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, thanks for all the shout outs. Thanks to Jennifer Bleacher and The Naked Truth for a shout out there. I appreciated it. And anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. Bye.